Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Did you know the word wed was in Wednesday? And we're married. We're a real life married couple who does the Marriage Go Round podcast on Wednesdays. Someone very nice and near and dear to our hearts made us a theme song. So let's play a little bit of it as you come in. Can you hear that? Go ahead and come on in. Come on in. Let's get these numbers up. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Marriage Go Round podcast, episode number 35. We've done this 34 times. Last week's episode was amazing, and I hope we can continue with that topic. If not, we'll talk about other stuff. Everybody's in a relationship. Whether you're single or not, you're relating to people. So there's plenty to always talk about. Baby, how you doing?
I'm all right.
You look amazing.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Very nice of you to say.
No problem. Let me see who was in here before we got here. Jordan Taylor was in here an hour ago saying, can't wait. And Green Ranger says, Team Thomas all day. Keena Keen was the first comment. She said, we ready. Hashtag Team Tanjareen. Hashtag Team Reen, because she is a member of my Patreon. And Ketsy is waving. Rattler Steve says, one of my favorite married couples, Team Reen and Team CT all day. Thank you. Natasha says, happy Marriage Go Round Day. Yes, it is a holiday. I like hearing it like that. Your girl Autumn Reed is here. Your girl Autumn Reed is here. You not gonna sing your song, baby?
Y'all getting too spoiled.
It's only Autumn Reed's song, though. No. Autumn Reed. I can't do it like you, but that's for Autumn Reed.
I think that she appreciates it.
You don't think she does? I think she does. Woo woo, Marriage Wednesday. Lex is in the building. All right, you guys, it's time to sing our theme song and then catch you up on what we've been up to since last week. And then we'll get into some relationship topics. If you come in and you have a question, keep it relationship related. I know there's lots of things going on in the world, but this show is about relationships. If you are married, put a capital M in the chat. If you're single, put a capital S. If you're divorced, put a capital D. If you're separated, put a capital SP? I don't know. Let's go with the theme song. Thank you for loving us both. Y'all make my day. Thank you, Gerald. You ready? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and do. 5, 6, 7, 8. Marriage Go Round. Oh, no, you not. Oh, no, you not.
I was singing it. I was like, your vocals carry it.
No, baby, you're the singer in the relationship. You're not finna be over here Milli Vanilli and me. Come on now. You ready to try again? What? Oh, you got into that part. You got into that part. Nah, bro. Nah, that's not cool. Lex is married. Brian is A for... What's the A for?
Alone. I'm not laughing at you if you're being alone. I just thought that was funny.
S is for single. M, let's see, 12 perfect years, 4th of July this year. Congratulations, Novesh.
That's great.
312, that's great. Single, married. CT is hilarious, but he's on my nerves. Brian is single. Okay, so A, maybe A did mean alone because he just put an S. All right.
That A is right by that S. A lot of people don't know that with the S, the F, JKL, semicolon.
Fun fact about CT. He is a master typist.
That's very funny.
He types like 100 words a minute, and he has proper form with his hands on the keyboard. He's not the thumb, millennial.
Hunt and peck.
Yeah, no, he can.
You know what's funny about that? My teacher, I still remember my typing teacher in high school, Miss Winarski. She was so pivotal because this was a skill. In school, typing, computer class was similar to what coding would be for kids now. And I took it very seriously. I was like, oh, wow. So we can learn how to type. And then she was like, yeah. And then it was this game that they had on the computer that counted how many words per minute you could type. And we would do it. And I remember I went from 50 to 70 to 90. And I'm like, I want to get more. Like, it was a game. So, I love games.
Meanwhile, Morgan says, I can't type for ish. Most people can't.
That's so interesting that people can't type.
I heard he bait well too. Some would say he's a master at that too. Hey, what up?
That's great.
Love y'all. Thank you. Okay, we can't really start the show until you hand me a napkin. Because I forgot to bring mine down.
Real quick. There you go.
And then
it's 2 napkins.
It is 2 napkins.
Just in case.
And we can't start the show until we actually do the theme song. So,
I did it. You bad.
Baby. But when they made learning fun for kids, back when they made learning fun for kids, it's like, baby, you're not lip syncing this song. Let me tell you something. last night in my Discord, which I do have a Discord, it's free to join. You don't even have to be a Patreon member to be in there. You are not going to keep doing this song.
That's the second time I'd have done it.
Keep It Smooth was in the Discord giving us so much credit as being a married couple that is helping people and being a great example to people. And he loves the show. He actually gave you a lot of props on your Would You Rather series and said he can't wait for more to come back. It was genius, he said. He loves seeing you host. And he also said he loves that you do the theme song with me because he knows how you felt about it initially and how much you love me to go ahead and do it. So can you please do it out loud? Are you ready?
Here's the funny thing.
There shouldn't be any explanation. This should just be yes. I'm ready.
What if we were frauds and we weren't married? Like, yo, y'all did all of this just to be frauds?
That's ridiculous. Sing, T-Bonner. T-Bonner, is that an R? T-Bonner?
T-Bonner.
T-Bonner says, hey, T-Bonner. All right, you guys, let's go.
Marriage go round.
Marriage go round. Tanjareen is marriage go round. Because it's married things and things are rock. Married things and things are rock. The Real Relationship Podcast. Blacka, blacka, blacka. You didn't seem to look like you were having as much fun.
Because I've done it 4 times already.
But you did it with no sound.
I did it. You didn't even do it.
Oh my gosh. It's a very cute top. Thank you, Morgane. I think my mom probably bought it for me knowing her. CT said, and continue to lip sync. Exactly, Lexi. All right, you guys. So
I'm 4 times in. She sang it once now, guys.
Let's think about lip synced it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to my page, I want to first thank you guys for joining Team Tanjareen. We start the show by talking about what we've been up to since our last episode. So since last Wednesday,
you went viral.
I went viral. I posted a video of me dancing at the poetry slam called Fly Poet. I recommend anybody who's in LA when it's around to go to it. It's a great chance to see spoken word with live music.
It's the best.
And live drawn art and an incredible host by Fly Poet.
John Fly Poet Hensley.
Yes.
Norton Wisdom on the visuals.
Yes.
So many different artists. The house band is amazing.
But this was their first annual competition of poetry. There was 8 poets that went against each other. And after the halftime of that, he had a dance contest. He asked me to dance. I was shy, didn't want to dance. I did it anyway. Posted the clip of the video. The entire dance contest is in my Patreon if you want to see what the other people did because I didn't win. So you can see who won. Anyways, posted that clip. Apparently it went viral. Last time I looked, it was at 21.7 million views.
That means 21 million people.
No, people keep rewatching it and they keep telling me they're rewatching it. So it might be 100 people, but I appreciate you 100 to watch it 20 million times. But 21.7 million views. And I now have 65,000 new followers here on Facebook.
Congratulations.
So thank you guys so much for coming in. And thank you, baby, for the congratulations. And thank you to anybody who saw that video and also followed me on Instagram or subscribed to my YouTube. I'm not going to be posting more booty videos. I am happily married. He knows what he's got here at home. But I am a stand-up comedian and an actress. I'm on TV. We do sketches together. We do podcasts. I do a talent show. I also judge his singing showcase, which I hope he brings back. So if you stick around, you will still be thoroughly entertained. And right now, we're going to talk about relationships. But what have you been up to since last Wednesday?
Well, one, it's funny as seeing that video be reposted by other pages too, your video dancing. And the first comment you see, and she wonder why she's single. And I'm like, that's hilarious.
Hey.
These girls be doing all that and they be single. You're like, man,
I know.
People really just talk without even knowing anything.
And then one guy was like, oh, I'm so disgusted. She has no God in her or whatever. She could never be my wife. And I looked at his page and I was like.
He literally could never be his wife. He's right.
I was like, I wouldn't be your wife because you take selfies with a filter, first of all, sir. And your kids look unkept. But let me not get to talking about being prejudging of a photo or a video because you did that to me. But anyways, thank you guys for the new followers.
You can judge an unkept child in any picture. That's on the parent. It's never on the kid.
Oh, exactly. Rep your craft. My marriage question for today. Oh, I got a good question right here. Let me start that. Happy Wednesday. What's up, Ronnie Nicole? Team CT all day. It's Kiara. And Team Tanjareen. So yeah, what have you been up to?
I got a chance to do Barry the promoter's birthday out in Ontario. And I got to be on a show with BT Kingsley. BT Kingsley hosted. As y'all know, BT Kingsley is my favorite comedian.
He's hilarious.
And man, here's the funny thing that y'all don't know. When it comes to stand-up comedy, there are very few people that can touch me. And that's
He's funny.
That's being humble, funny. Very nice, all of that. So when certain people are on the lineups, I'm like, right? So when I saw that BT and I were on the same show, I was like, I hope he's hosting, because if he goes before me, I really got to work. If he goes after me, he got to work, right? So when I get there, they're like, he's hosting. I was like, yes, which meant that I was going to get the greatest intro of all time, and the show was going to be amazing because BT and I, we've worked together so many times, but we both complement each other's styles. But yeah, so it's a very small number of people that I'm like, ooh, I don't want to go after them. And that's BT, Nate Jackson, D-Lay. Yeah.
And Nate and D-Lay are just really energetic, like all over the place with the accents. But all of you are extremely hilarious.
Everybody's style is like, woo, everybody's style is great, but it's like to go after super high energy, especially if I'm not in the mood to be energetic.
He's a sit-down stand-up comedian, y'all. He sits on the stool the whole time.
I stood up this weekend.
You did, and I loved it.
It was a really big stage. It's a harder gauge when it's a big stage because it's like, all right, I gotta move around.
Yeah, I like seeing it because it was like a 430 room venue, and he did 2 shows there Saturday. Autumn Reed says, if I promise to behave, can I have my intro back, please? I promise to be good, and I'll do all my chores and all my homework. What about just for the first note?
That's so funny. Bernie even typed that. Autumn Reed.
There you go. You got it. All right, let's see. Kids Unkept, they're laughing. They low-key did the same thing as Sierra, I guess, with her dancing video. Hey, Kingsley, CT is hilarious in real life. Lexi Lex has come to see him in Detroit.
Yo, so here's the thing, Lexi Lex, you and Green Ranger. I don't know what y'all do on Mother's Day weekend. I'm gonna be in Detroit at the Punchline. Y'all can come up. When y'all came to see me in that August of 2021, that was like my first time back on stage in almost, like the whole pandemic. So I was like getting warmed back up. But like now my powers have matriculated and matriculated.
Ooh, I like matriculated. It's time for the matriculator. It's time for the matriculator.
I got my powers back, is what I'm saying. So it's crazy.
That is funny. So I just want to thank, I got a Cash App from Just Cuz for $8.88 because he knows 8 is my favorite number. Nice. And if anybody gives me stars on Facebook or Super Chat on YouTube or Cash App, Venmo, or Zells me, I stop the show and give kisses just like this. Just Cuz, Tim Daniel, these kisses are just for you. Thank you for sowing seeds onto this Tanjareen and CT tree. Yay! BT is wild on the mic, Anthony Handy says.
He's so funny.
Yes, he is. What up, fam? What's up, Harold's Random Videos? Ooh, CT, BT, Nate, and D-Lay on one show. I would fly out immediately for that. Kiera fly out for anything, first of all, but that would be a good show.
Listen, if that show was to happen, I'm going to tell you the lineup. It's either going to be me hosting or BT hosting. I don't know who's going to close. I feel like Nate and D-Lay are going to have to fight for seeing who's going to close that show. But
Nate checks calendar. Lexi Lex says, we shall make ourselves free that weekend. LOL.
Nice.
Excellent. I'm at work hiding in the bathroom, but I'm here. Well, thank you, Anthony Madrigal. I appreciate that. Hello, Tam. What up, CT?
What up?
All right. So thank you for the Cash App.
Let's get to the pictures that you saved before we get into inviting anybody, because we be getting off topic because we read so many comments and I love the comments, but I want to talk about this filth.
All right, so this show we know is about relationships, our relationships, your relationships, but we also find funny memes about relationships. And so there's a page that we like that is on Instagram.
6 brown chicks.
6 brown chicks, and they take anonymous questions from their listeners and they post them on Instagram, and I think they talk about them on their podcast. So which topic do you want to get into? Let's see. We have time to do any of them.
Did you get the one I sent to today or yesterday?
No, because I knew we hadn't done these yet.
So let's get to those. Pick any one.
All right. This one says, question. I've been in a serious relationship with Tasha for 5 years. I got a new job at Wendy's and started a relationship with my manager. I thought she was quiet, but she's slow and now pregnant. She's definitely having our slow baby. I don't want to lose my job or Tasha. Help. First of all, slow baby.
That's disrespectful.
Slow baby is hilarious. But what do you do when you have sex with somebody and you don't protect yourself and you get them pregnant and then find out that they're not all mentally there? And now you're worried about having their slow baby. Are we allowed to call people slow?
No, and I'm surprised you continue to say it.
I'm just reading the message.
I will say the least of your problems is you losing your job, because that's still in the church's money if she's trying to support this child.
Morgan say, bro, what the F? Not slow though, just cuz says. Wow, yeah, Latasha says. Whoever posted that sounds slow themselves, Malcolm Willis says. That is a good point.
How you go back to it?
Okay, just a second. Right.
Okay, there we go. Take it out of it.
All right.
Started a relationship. That's what's crazy. You didn't just smash somebody you work with. You started a relationship with your manager
at Wendy's, which makes me think of BMF. I hope you guys are watching that show, because Wendy's is a part of the storyline.
What are your thoughts? How do you not know somebody is slow, Chris, aka Mr. Talent says? Easily. Here's the funny thing: you don't even know about your friends. We have friends that we didn't know their reading wasn't up to par until we heard them read out loud. It's like,
let me tell you something. When we were at the Humor Meal Awards, I went to that last month. It was the first annual. It's the award show where they give comedians their flowers, and best comedy special, best stand-up comedian, best sketches online, best viral content, whatever. They had the host of Chris Spencer and Tony Roberts, and they were hilarious. They did an amazing job. Jahan Jones was like a man on the street host. They gave a tribute to somebody, and they had Tony Roberts read it. And the entire room was trying not to laugh, because that's when we found out that Tony Roberts can't read. And I can say this because Chris Spencer got on stage afterwards and said it repeatedly, and Tony Roberts could only laugh because he was like, man, you know what? I can't. And it was unfortunate that we found out that way in front of all those people, and it would be televised at some point. But my thoughts on not knowing somebody's slow makes me think of a previous episode of Marriage Go Round, when you told us that you were sleeping with somebody and she was older, and your dad found out about it, and he said it was her babysitter.
Oh, yeah.
Your dad found out about it.
No, it wasn't my babysitter. It was my little sister's babysitter.
And your dad found out about it and said, leave her alone. Didn't you know she was
You're like, she's slow.
The R word.
Oh,
you were like,
said that, yeah.
And you were like, what? I had no idea. And you said, but you still wanted to get some sloppy toppy.
Yeah, because she did not. And here's the thing. You said, how do you not know somebody is that way? How do I say this? When we were children, times were different, and so a lot of times you were able to see it on people by their behavior or by the way they spoke. And this particular young lady, as I got older, did not give any warning signs visually. However, the more I was around her, I picked up on it. And
after he told you, you noticed it.
Even if he wouldn't have told me, I would have noticed the behavior, because a lot of times it's like behavioral issues. So like when we see on internet, you'll see men and women fighting, or these videos go viral because people are angry at somebody, and they're like, a lot of times anger issues are people get mad easily. A lot of times it's due to them.
When people have anger issues, it's due to them. Is there another word you could use here?
No.
Okay. Monty says that baby's not going to be slow. It's going to tell Tasha, you not my mama, at a very young, early age. That's funny. Chris says, wait a minute, being slow and not able to read are two different things. You're right. Public schools have failed a lot of people. Autumn Reed, you are correct. Let's go to the next one. She's laughing at your silence. Lexi's laughing at your silence.
Because Lexi, no. Here's the thing. Being slow and not being able to read are two different things. And mind you, slow is a large word, because not being able to read means that you progress slower than others in that area.
Yeah, we know a lot of people like that. Let's go to this one.
I was always embarrassed in school. Like whenever school came up and you had to read, like your turn to read, I was the kid that'd be like, oh, it's two more in front of me. All right, let me read 6 paragraphs and be familiar with them.
I definitely would rehearse mine in my head before it was my turn.
But it goes to preparing, especially as actors. Like, I've gotten a little bit better at code reading because I would have to read at a moment's notice. And then after a while, you start letting those muscles come in. But a lot of kids act like they don't know when the teacher said, pull your books out, they about to read. So
right.
Also, parents, read with your kids. And what I mean read with them, I mean make them read in front of you. All right.
Okay. This is a question that Lexi Lex had. She said, my marriage question for today is, are we going to get an update on Yolanda and her husband? Her husband's name was Melvin Harley. He was on the show on camera last week. His wife was in the background. They were discussing their relationship with us. It was extremely intriguing. They've been married for 7, what he calls long years. He says she doesn't cook anymore. He has to beg her for sex. They're best friends. They used to be homeless together. All this great, great, great stuff. And we wanted to do a follow-up on them. So if you are listening and watching, I know you were watching my Tanjaree's Top Talent yesterday, Marvin. Please come on camera and give us an update and talk to us about how you and Yolanda are doing, because we are so interested in your story. It was very interesting. The funny
thing was seeing, we didn't know that she was in the background.
Yeah.
And he was like, he said something. She was like, hold on, I ain't depressed. And he was like,
you said he was depressed. After he said she was depressed, and then you repeated it. And then he was like, yes, baby, but they saw it, and that's all that matters.
Well, I mean, everything is about who you're on camera with and the delivery of the punchline to not get
know how it feels. Ooh, I know how it feels. Yes.
Tell us about it.
Yes.
Let's hear one. When have any of your punchlines been missed?
I can just put some clips together for you and play it for you,
Please.
but I don't want to.
Please. I don't think the people would like to see that. Yeah. It's impossible.
It's definitely happened. Yes, she made him some spaghetti.
Jesus.
I say exceptional. Anger issues are usually due to being frustrated with dealing with their development disorder, coupled with the anxiety it can cause. Is that the word you were looking for?
Well, it's not a word, it's his whole statement, but that's what I was alluding to.
All right.
Thank you, Aubrey.
She's amazing. The fact that they didn't disclose that info before he was talking about her, y'all.
Right.
Exactly. He was telling us this stuff and complaining about his wife, and we had no idea she was in the next room, in the same room listening, and she had her son in Texas on the phone listening too. But
he made it seem like he called
secretively to get some advice.
That was hilarious to me. That eye reaction to the camera.
Yeah, we both were like, oh, she's in the room. Anyways, and she called me lady. Listen, lady.
Go to the third one.
All right.
The second one.
Here we go. This is also from 6 Brown Chicks Instagram page. Question: straight, married female with 2 sons. My college roommates and I experimented with each other years ago, and we still connect for sex. Last time she told me to choose her or lose her
forever.
I broke it off. She told my husband about us. Entire family is disgusted with me. Help.
Yo, that's the part that made me laugh is her whole family's disgusted with her.
So basically, she's bisexual.
Yeah.
She's married with a husband and children. She, everybody says you experiment in college and you do like homosexual acts or whatever, but she kept seeing this woman while she was married and got caught. And now her family is disgusted with her. What are your thoughts?
That's such a funny statement. Your family's disgusted with.
Choose her or lose her, and she broke it off, and the girl told her husband. Woo, that's vengeful.
Yes, very vengeful. From what I understand about the community, as many shows and movies as we watch, the running theme is they don't out each other. And she outed her. But like that's a crime in itself. Yeah. However, I knew something was about to be crazy when she started out with straight female. Who says that?
So she's clearly not straight if she was continuing to see this woman on the side. Maybe as a relationship couple, maybe she should have just gone to her husband and said, hey, I have feelings. Sometimes I get tingly feelings for women, and I would still like to see my ex-girlfriend from college every now and then. Doesn't mean I don't love you any less, but would you be open to that? Maybe
most men are going to say, cool, because it's not a guy. I remember we had a conversation at the very beginning and you were like, yo, I'm not into girls. And I was like, all right, good to know. But there are a lot of the homegirls who are, and they get into hetero relationships and the guy is usually cool with it. The person who isn't cool with it is usually the person that's sitting on the side, which is the girl.
T Bonner says the husband is mad because he wasn't included. That's how I feel. She outed her fast. Yes, she did.
Facts.
So the throuple wasn't an option, huh? That's what I'm saying. Where were the red flags? Who was supposed to have the red flags? Was the husband supposed to notice that his woman has been cheating this whole time? At least she was honest. She wasn't honest. She got caught.
Right. What show are you watching, Drew?
Just put it on the table from jump. That's how I feel. If this is that important to you, because now she's risking her family. Her husband's never going to be able to trust her. She's been in a relationship with somebody else for years, whether it's a guy or a girl.
Before the husband.
Yeah. I mean, imagine. You always feel like the person who was before you might have had some kind of stronger connection to what you have with that person, but you hope that that's not true. But if you find out that they've been seeing that person the entire time they've been with you, how do you recover from that?
It's that's gotta suck. I mean, you and I are both each other's longest relationships.
Yes.
But like with women who even I'm friends with, and they get into a relationship with a guy, if I hit them up, let's say, I'll be up late. If I hit somebody at 11:30, to me that's still early because I go to bed at 4 a.m. sometimes.
You do.
So if I hit you at 11:30 and you're like, I can't really text after this time. I'm like, I've been there longer than him.
See,
you better pick this phone up. That's how I am. So I can only imagine how somebody is if y'all been in a romantic stance.
Let's see, or maybe the husband would be open to threesomes. That's what I'm thinking, Morgan.
But that's assuming that the girl is into that.
Right, because if she's a stud and like a super, super lesbian, she won't be into it. But at least he should have known about it because they have a family together.
Yeah.
Are they a military couple? It happens a lot with people in the military.
Really, Kim?
Did not know that, Kim.
Did you serve?
And did you get served? I'm just kidding. I'm just doing that voice. How long have you and CT been married?
It'll be 9 years, May 14th.
We got married on 5/14/14, but we've been dating since 2010.
I didn't want to do nothing for this anniversary. I feel like next year's anniversary is the one where we're like, all right, what do you want to do?
That's crazy because you didn't want to do nothing for Valentine's Day either. Is this something you want to tell me for 2023?
Yeah, I get bored with that kind of stuff.
Why don't we do something that you find fun?
You don't find fun. And then
No. You know what I want to do? Let's go to a VR room.
We did that for your birthday.
I know, but we haven't done it for us. And there's a new one that's way more.
We did it for your birthday.
But we didn't do it for us.
We were both there.
This is a new spot, and you get to bring the video home and you see yourself in the game.
Oh, you want to do that? Yeah, that sounds fun. That's a great idea.
So that's what we're going to do.
That's something I would like to do.
I know. So instead of saying you're bored with it, we just find something else fun. We got a whole life together. You can't be bored before we get to 9 years.
You are absolutely right. You're absolutely right. We got to find something for me to find fun.
Yes.
I like that.
I'm here for you. Let's see. Facts. Super, super lesbian. Hi, my favorite couple. What's up, lovely Lydia?
Hey.
Serious betrayal. Love Jackson. Hey, love says we are emotional beasts. And once sexual acts occur, that's a wrap. Women should know what's going to happen eventually if there is no clear communication. Love is somebody that I think I just found from my video. She is a lesbian, I believe. I saw somebody hitting on her in the comments. She was like, I'm not interested in you, sir. I don't want that, sir. And I was like, yeah, speak your truth, queen. Tilly.
I don't want that, sir.
She said it in her own words. The husband would have probably been okay with it, but the family's so disgusted, he has to save face.
That's so funny to me. Your family is disgusted with you. That is hilarious. And I'm not saying it's like, and I don't want to get it confused. There's, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with anybody in the LGBTQ community. But to hear, even if somebody is a heterosexual and they hear that their family is disgusted,
you gonna laugh at her
that makes me laugh because this is what I'm laughing at. Who are you as my family to be disgusted with anything?
He was a scammer named John, Love says. Oh, the guy that you were commenting back to? That's funny. Morgan says, look at that. Finding solutions to problems right away. That's what we do. That's what we do. Lexi Lex says.
That was a cool solution. I'm literally now looking forward to our anniversary. Usually when it comes to like your birthday or anniversary or holidays, I'm always like, oh man, what can I get her? What does she want? You know what I mean?
And that's the thing that we've said here on the show is instead of you trying to figure out what your spouse or mate wants, ask them. Because you can be trying to surprise them with something you think is super dope, not realizing that you think is dope, but you're not giving them something that they would think is dope. Yeah. So if you just ask them, they might be like, oh, I just want to stay home and order In-N-Out burger. And you're like, oh,
I made a mistake in 2012. Your birthday came. Yeah, your birthday came and I had a plan. I was like, all right, we're gonna go to the Improv for some comedy because she wanted to go. Like she wanted to see a comedy show, and then I'm gonna decorate my apartment with flowers. I'm gonna get her a car with like this big bear, and I'm gonna just make it dope for her. And we get to the Improv. I'm like, all right, show's over, let's go. And then she was like, wait, people came to see me and celebrate
I had like
birthday.
15 friends there, and he wanted to just leave as soon as the show was over. I wasn't performing in the show, so I didn't get a chance to actually like talk to them and entertain them for my birthday. But go ahead.
Yeah, and I was like, I just got really annoyed because I got annoyed because I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get you back to the crib so you can see what I did for you. And she had her own plans, and I realized I got angry because I had a vision for what I wanted to do for her birthday instead of what she wanted to do for her birthday. So everybody who's in a relationship, ask your spouse what they want to do. Don't just assume.
Good point. Maestro 24 says we hit 24 this year, but I guess we should wait till next year to do anything. Don't listen to us because you never, tomorrow's not promised. You don't know what's going to happen. There was a time where we couldn't even go to a restaurant. We couldn't even leave the house technically for a year and a half. So
didn't faze me at all. I enjoyed that pandemic.
You love being in the house.
I was in the pandemic before y'all was in the pandemic.
You lived in the pandemic.
In the crib. Ain't nothing changed for me, baby. I'm always at the crib.
The family could be super religious or conservative, or maybe they're disgusted by who the other woman was. Ooh.
That's an option.
Oh, what's up, Henry? Wife's been complaining about I'm not planning outings and getaways. After doing for 40 years, I think it's her turn. By the way, we've been on cruises and such. Is there a question in there? Let's see.
It seems like he's just venting. That's fine.
40 years? That's a long time. Y'all have figured it out. Whatever y'all are doing, y'all have figured it out.
And here's the thing. When is enough? 40 years. That's a lot.
You think they should just break up?
No, I just think they should be on autopilot.
40 so they don't need to take no more trips.
Meaning they probably in their 60s or their late 60s probably.
So, after doing it for 40 years, I think it's her turn. I think it's her turn too, Henry.
Yeah.
If that's what's important to you, that you want her to plan it.
Yeah, to switch it up.
I think it's her turn too. So I hope that she's not mad at me for saying that. COVID forced a lot of relationships to be truthful. True that.
Yeah.
We're going to Maui this year. Okay.
Nice.
The missus brought me an underwater scooter for the birthday. I got her a GoPro. Now we about to snorkel and make videos. Money.
Nice.
514. They got married when we got married. Nice.
I love it.
Super fun.
Guy, I also appreciate you tuning in every week, just as much as I appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you, guys.
Henry 72 and sickly.
Told you.
Oh, well, where y'all going, Henry? Stay home and chill. If you're sickly, I hope you get better. I hope you're trying to get better. Let me get to this next one. I did that one. Let's see. We did this one. Did we do this one before? All right. 6 Brown Chicks Instagram page. Someone anonymously types, my wife is a long distance truck driver, gone several days a week. I was tired of my side chick, so I broke up with her. She stalked my wife, followed her from Chicago to Texas, and took pics of my wife with men. How to confront cheating wife. Ooh, can't stand the disrespect.
Let me tell you something. First and foremost, I think the word you're looking for is thank you. This woman went out of her way to show you that you didn't need to break up with her. All she was trying to do was show you that she truly loved you and wanted you to know that your wife was doing you just as wrong as you were doing her.
They were both cheating on each other.
Yeah. And the fact that he said side chick and he said wife with men, plural.
Ooh, so she just been out there.
She went
with
up
the lot lizard, the male lot lizards.
Because they both were truckers. So.
Wow. So, first of all, is there such thing as a faithful truck driver?
No.
Maybe if he's a local truck driver that only goes around the city and comes back home every night.
I said no.
But my father was a truck driver.
And a lot of my uncles were as well.
I love him to death. But Daddy, we already know. We know Daddy. And
why does this girl look like me, Daddy? Huh? Everybody got your face.
But her name is Nectarine. And
you chocolate. Everybody chocolate around here.
Mother truckers. What you mean can't stand the disrespect? They were both cheating. Exactly. They both belong to the streets. Latasha said for the streets, but his phrase is belongs to the streets. The side chick said, show me the way. Is that, am I supposed to sing that?
Show me the way.
Thank you. Because I got bills to pay. Oh, yeah, they both cheating. Sounds like a clean break to me. Or they should stay together. Maybe they have a happy home, and now I'm all about truth. Can y'all tell? So if you're gone several days a week, it's only 7 days in a week, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're gone several days a week, you're not home very much. But if y'all want to be married, maybe y'all got kids, maybe y'all got a mortgage you can't afford on your own. I don't know. Maybe this has been working for y'all, but there's never going to be any trust in that relationship because she's still a truck driver gone several days a week who's been with men.
She's got different guys in different cities.
She's got hoes. 40 years together is incredible. I would imagine you would know each other so well that you may be able to take turns breathing for each other at that point. Oh, Kyle, that's sweet. Not necessarily first, just got caught after. I'm not sure what that was talking about.
Meaning that it's no proof that she was cheating first.
Oh, just got caught after. Got you. Gerald says they've been married 9 years. Excellent. Just like us. Side chick turned Magnum PI. Yes, there's such a thing as a faithful truck driver. He's been faithful to both his families.
That's true. And the fact that he wanted to end things with his side chick meant that they reached the end of their road.
Autumn Reed said, who cheated first? Maybe the wife was cheating because he kept messing with the side chick. Also, that was kind of messy. Yes, it was. Many men. Woo! All right, this might be a relationship question. It is from Reitman Moulettois.
Reitman.
Oh, I'm sorry. Reitman Moulettois. Read it.
I can't see that. I just saw the name. What should I do if my gal is not giving it to me? Always giving me excuses. Tanj?
You should sit her down and talk to her and ask her if it's something that she should tell you, because she either does not enjoy sex with you, maybe you're not leaving her satisfied, maybe she has somebody else, or maybe she has some issues going on inside her that she's embarrassed to tell you about, and so she needs to take some penicillin, or just, maybe she's getting some infections that women get that have nothing to do with sexual intercourse or something, but you need to have a conversation with her. And if she doesn't want to have that conversation, then you might be inclined to assume that she has somebody else that's pleasing her, and then that would ruin the relationship either way. But I think you guys should talk about it. What do you think?
That's a tough one. It's like, yes and to everything Tanjareen just said, but also sometimes, how long is, before I even answer that, how long has it been since you guys have been physical, Playboy?
Let us know. Kim says she's not your girl. She clearly is giving to somebody else.
Damn, Kim.
I didn't want to say that because you never know. Kim. And I don't know her. Talk to her. Pay attention to her, T. Bonner says.
He's paying attention to the fact that she ain't giving him the box.
Communicate with your woman, right, man? There may be a valid reason, Lexi Lex says. Let's see. Since I retrieved my Google password, it would be a first for me. But you two seem real genuine, down to earth, real. Thank you, love. I appreciate you. We are keeping it real as we can. If somebody doesn't want to have...
He said about 3 years now. Now I will answer the question. Okay, right, man. Let me tell you why I wanted to know how long has this been since y'all have last been intimate with each other. Because a lot of times in relationships and time goes by, you like to miss it. Like, I like missing it. I want to be like, oh, man, this is an experience, right? But if she ain't gave it to you in 3 years.
They've been together 3 years.
So how long has it been since y'all have got it in, I said?
That might not be the point, though, because they could have got it in yesterday, but it might have been 4 months before yesterday.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how
infrequent is it?
Yeah, how frequently do you guys have? How many times have you guys had sex in the last 2 months?
They need Blue Chew. That will get them going, and she will be happy and get some HMS while you're at it. Blue Chew is for the man, I thought. Is there a female Blue Chew? Because he's the one that wants it, and she's the one that's making the excuses. Yeah, but I will watch her moves. Yep, pay attention, Kim's telling you.
Right, man, you need to type faster, bro.
Time to go, right, man, Maestro says.
Sounds like he's the wrong man.
Hey, y'all roommates at this point, Latasha said. Ooh, damn, 3 years. Just worry about yourself, fam.
Yeah, right, man. Tell us, how long has it been since you guys were intimate last with each other?
Does she have good washing habits? That's an interesting question.
If she don't, he still want it.
Yeah, he still wants it. It could be something medical, not necessarily an STI. After my BC treatment, my desire is trash. Kim, that's my point. We found out from our guest on the show last week, Marvin Harley, was complaining that his wife never wants to have sex. When we found out she was in the room with him while he was on camera, she said from off camera that she's going through menopause. She's older. She was 49. And she said that she didn't have the desire anymore. So it's like, it's not even on her. It's something hormonal going on in her body that makes her not want it. She will give it to him, but she's not really tripping. If he doesn't ask, she's not tripping. So Blue Chew though?
Okay. So before we get to
3 weeks.
So It's been 3 weeks. All right.
But every time he asks, she makes excuses. What are the excuses? Are they valid? Is she saying, oh, I just ate, I'm full? Is she saying, wait, I'm on my way out the door, I just took a shower and I got 15 minutes to drive to work? Or is she saying, I'm tired? Not right now. Let's try tomorrow. Like, are the excuses valid? Because if they're good excuses, then you should adjust to the excuses.
3 weeks is still a long time for any excuse.
Dwayne says just have to be patient. Tell him he maybe needs to eat more. It's a girl, Harold, a girl that doesn't want to have sex with him that he's been with for 3 years. She always makes excuses. Has she had her period within that 3 weeks? Okay, because that'll take away a week. The Gok 3000 is on sale for Amazon, bro. I'm just saying, the Gok.
Maestro, wild.
And just sit down and have a serious conversation. I agree. Hey, Patrice is in the building. Patrice is married. She says, right, menopause will definitely slow the desire, but you still give it up for your mate.
Did we read Autumn's? It was a big paragraph. Huh?
Okay, hold on. She's seeing someone else, bro. 3 weeks. She's telling you she don't want you. Damn. Let me go back up to Autumn Reed. Go ahead.
What?
Sides are doing too much nowadays. Stay in your category. The mashed potatoes will never be better than the 2-piece breast and thigh. Keep it simple, stress-free, and maybe you can make it to biscuit status. That's good advice, and I like the visuals you gave us there.
That's good visuals. All through that.
Now I'm hungry. All right, let's go back down here. Tilly says she may just not be into you like that anymore. Time to have that talk. Wow, that's another good topic. One question is what to do when your mate makes excuses every time you want to have sex. Another topic is, what do you do if you find out that the person you're with is just not physically attracted to you anymore? What if they just love you with their whole heart? They love your company. They love doing stuff with you, but they're just not physically attracted to you anymore. Is the relationship over? Is there a way around that? Is a relationship based on more than just physical? What do you guys think? You've been speechless a lot this episode.
Because these are great questions. I mean,
If she's making excuses all the time, then she don't want you, bro. Thanks, Autumn. Now I'm starving. Exactly, Maestro. Agreed, Autumn. Ooh, that's a hard one, Dwayne says. These are real questions, though, people, because when you marry somebody, you're supposed to be there for life. And their bodies change, your desires change, your jobs change, where you live changes. The people around you might look better when you move to a new location or get a new job, or the person might just get to be ill. You know, we're all getting some type of disease when we get older because we're eating crazy and inhaling things. And what if you just look at that person, you're just like, they don't do it for me anymore. But they're so much fun. We got 3 kids together. We got all these accounts in our name together, and I don't want to break up. But if he never touched me again, I'd be okay. What do you do, ladies and gentlemen?
What are the solutions to that?
Morgan says, ain't no relationship if we ain't smashing, all capital letters. She's a harlot. I'm just kidding. You have to have both, T-Bonner says. CT, stop thinking so hard, bro. Ain't no way. 100 emoji. Physical attraction gone. It depends on and she stopped.
Because you're going to think, if you're saying what you just said, everything else is there.
Everything else.
Except that.
Yes.
Here's what y'all not thinking about. Like even Morgan saying that response.
With all capital letters.
Think about every relationship you've ever been in.
Okay.
He or she has lacked whatever they've lacked. If you have a list of 10 things, there's no doubt that they've lacked 3 or 4. So you've been operating on 60 or 70% capacity in every relationship you've ever been in, right? However, that's everything except sex is 90%. You're operating on 90% capacity.
That's a majority. That's an A-.
That's an A-. So you mean to tell me y'all would sacrifice an A- to go for a C- or a D? That doesn't make sense.
Another person that doesn't have the other things that you had in this person?
Yeah, it's like, and mind you, this might just be me because I'm using my brain and not my emotions. But if somebody checks off 90% of my list,
amazing partnership, amazing companion. You guys have all fun date nights, but after date night, you just come home, take your clothes off, and go to bed.
And y'all missing that one thing. I could take the L on the one thing.
Really?
That's just me. I know it sounds crazy. I could take the L on the one thing.
My sex drive is way higher than his, so that makes sense. He's much more laid back, but we also are really, really good friends. So I can see what he's saying. Let me go to a couple of these questions that I did not go to.
Great. I know that's crazy.
Walter says CT is in a very serious thought. Look, exactly. Reitman answered us. He says she's always saying she's tired. And I worked hard at work. Lexi Lex says
for 3 weeks straight, huh? All right.
Lexi Lex says she don't have no off days from work.
Right. Who's working her?
Let's see. That's one of the reasons why you get married. Oh, to have the sex. Got you. Kevin LaQuai is here. Kevon, he says he's late, but he's here. Dwayne says facts. 13 years in over here, but I retire in 3 and will only 50 and moving to ATL from upstate New York. Congratulations.
Nice. New experience all the way around.
Yes, but what happens if you are no longer attracted to your spouse is the question of the day. Morgan says, I was obviously joking, although I'm a high desire type, so it's an important thing for me.
I hear you, but Morgan, are you going to sacrifice? So I didn't get to ask because you just answered. Mm-hmm. You're willing to sacrifice the 90 for 60 or 70.
Malcolm says CT nailed it, made it make sense.
I mean, realistically, think about that with anything of whatever your one important quality is. So for a lot of y'all, the first thing that's important to you is sex. Everything else can fall by the wayside. And that's how we have so many problems with people in the community talking about, oh yeah, I got a crazy baby mama. Or my baby mama, she be stealing from me. Or she got a horrible mouth. Or she's dirty. Or she doesn't cook. Like those things become a list because you rather sacrifice that one thing for all those things. So some of y'all aren't even working at 60 or 70% capacity. You working at 10, 20, and 30. And I'm saying if you get 90, do you know how rare that is?
Monty says, if it's 90%, I can take the L on one thing, just not the sex.
And that's the problem. You don't get the chance to say whatever the one thing is going to be.
And this one says, oh, this is a question. Tanj, for your question, is the person still in love with me, just not physical anymore? Yes, the person's still in love with you. They just don't physically want to sleep with you anymore. I could take the L only if my person agrees for me to get some side peen. Now remember we asked our guest last week because she said she didn't care whether they did it or not because she was going through menopause and she didn't have desire anymore. I said, okay, cool. So could he get some girl on the side? And she was like, hell no. Which was extra funny because if you see that episode, he said she used to be a sex worker and that she was having, sexual relations while they were married. She said she wasn't, but she wasn't cool with him getting anything on the side.
Yeah, so, that sex worker was her past life. She was turned into a full-on wife now. She's like,
even though she said she cheated all through the first year. She said, but them last 6, I was faithful. That was such a good, man, I want you to come back, Marvin Hartley. We got to catch up with you guys.
I knew they wasn't coming back. It was too good to be true.
Realistically, how long can that last, Kim says. People do, you know how many sexless marriages they are and they don't even have the 90%? People stay married and stop sleeping together. That is why.
They be operating at 20%.
They operate at, well, we already did this commitment and we're, business-wise, marriage is a business. Business is going well. But you're sleeping with your secretary and I'm sleeping with the pool boy. We know this about each other. Or they just don't have the desire because they got old together. So, when you get a certain age and you both don't have the desire, like if you're the same age, you just stay together. So it happens all the time. Latasha, that's why we single and y'all are happily married. Oh, thank you.
Hey, hold on, man. I've never heard somebody say that. From that perspective, it's usually people who are
because they like I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, that's very funny.
So Walter says, so honestly, is sex really that way important to a marriage or a relationship for someone to want to leave them 3 weeks isn't worth it.
Isn't worth staying or leaving.
Isn't worth leaving is what he sounds like he's saying. But this is an ongoing thing, I would imagine. We just happen to ask when's the last time he had sex. But if they've been together for 3 years and he's typing in here, whenever I want sex, she's telling me she's too tired from work.
And keep in mind, a lot of people can't talk in relationships. A lot of people can't have conversations. Like even we were talking to Marvin and his lady last week, she didn't seem truly open to hearing what his feelings were or having a conversation. So a lot of times people will be married or even just in regular relationships and can't communicate. I remember dating girls and being like, can't talk to her about this because it's going to become a whole nother thing. So just because people are in a relationship doesn't mean that they're able to talk.
That's true. I get that too. And I feel like when we were talking to them last episode, that was the most they had talked about it in a long time.
That's how I felt too.
What they were telling us was like they were finding out it as they were talking.
Oh, you feel about that? Oh, I feel like this.
That's
what?
Interesting.
Yeah.
More game is letting us know, hey, yo, bro, sometimes us women think with our coochies too, LMAO.
Not that.
Facts.
Hey, bro.
Facts. And Anthony says, Tanjareen, I only got married as a petty long-term revenge reason. How's that working out for you? How long you been married?
Got married as a petty long-term revenge.
And whoever you were getting a revenge on, how's their life going? Are they married as well?
I want to know more. And Tulum every week.
I want to know more. We are down to our last 10 minutes of the show, but I forgot to mention at the top. It did. I forgot to mention at the top that if you want to get on camera and tell us anything or ask us anything about relationships or share something, you can just click the link that's in the description here on Facebook and YouTube where we're broadcasting live. Episode number 35 is the Marriage Go Round with Tanjareen and CT. Click the link and sign in through either Facebook or YouTube, and you can get on camera with us right before we get out of here. Ask us something or teach us something about relationships before we go.
What could you do? Would you, if you had the 90 and not the 1, what are your thoughts?
I'll just have a boyfriend on the side. Yeah, because I really like sex. Unless I got to the age where everything dried up down there, and then I was just like, well, I got my 90% with my baby, and hopefully he's limp over there. But I couldn't. I'm sorry, we're not compatible in that way.
The more you know. The more you know.
I just saw you take that in. Okay, let's see. See, Tanjareen gets it. Morgan says, exactly. He got married as a petty revenge. Wild times. I want to hear more about it. I want to hear more about it. Tanjareen, I'll DM you and CT the story. It's mostly petty. I don't want to DM.
Tell us right now.
We about to get into this right here. Yeah. Get on camera or type it. If you can type fast, type it. But we
talking about publicists right now.
That was so funny that he told us that. Please get on camera, Anthony. Click the link you're watching on Facebook.
What?
Patrice says, right, CT. Anthony says, sex for pleasure is played out. Where you are inspired to express intimacy and vulnerability with your partner, that ish be lit. And if it gets boring, go spice it up. Take her zip lining and get her on your zip lining, get her on your zip lining, Okay, I see that.
You know what's funny? I will say, the longer we're together, I do feel I feel closer to you by letting you in. Like, okay, for example, with sex workers, it's like, to some of them, sex is nothing. It's like, hey, yeah, sex is this. But it's like, if you were to, like, okay, perfect example. There was a girl that I had smashed years ago. And we had been flirting since I got to LA, and it never happened. And then she hit me one day and was like, yo, are you at home? And I'm like, yeah. And she came to my crib when I was living in West Hollywood, and it went down. And I was like, wow, where'd this come from? And, I tried to kiss her, and she turned her head. I was like, hey, what's up? And she's like, oh, I just got proposed to. So I'm getting married soon. And I just wanted to, try this before I got married. But no, you're not somebody that I would kiss because I feel like you are like a hoe. And I don't want to have that. I don't want to kiss somebody like that. And I was like, I was so offended because I'm like, I'm in you, right? But kissing to her was intimate, whereas to me, it wasn't at the time. So different people have different levels of what they feel are intimate, private, and important.
And we ladies, if we love the movie Pretty Women with Julia Roberts, we know that was one of her things. She was a call girl, but she did not kiss because kissing was too intimate. And that's what a lot of women feel. And that goes in with that. Kissing is a must over here, Latasha says. Dwayne says, I get it. Lexi Lex says, the way my jaw just dropped, LOL, wasn't expecting that twist in your story, CT.
Me neither. I was blown away.
You got the whole treatment? Cold game. And you didn't deny you was a hoe.
I mean, at that time, she was right, but it's like, how dare you say that to me?
Guy says, I appreciate being occasionally used like that. Yeah. Hey, Mario, that's my brother. He says, kissing is hella intimate. That's why I never kiss. Laughing emojis. That's a shame. Mario got hoes, too.
Mario's hilarious.
What about giving head then, James wants to know? Women don't even see that as intimate as kissing, honestly.
You got a man's whole member in your mouth.
They'll do that in the back of a club, in the bathroom at a bar, in the car seat, in the drive-thru, but don't kiss them. That means you care.
That means you care.
Kissing is the key to a woman's heart. Okay. It's so we got our question from Reitman. Was that his name?
Yeah.
Reitman. We found out that Dwayne is married on Just a Revenge, and I would love to know more about that.
Dwayne, you win whatever you were trying to do because you lost. Who marries somebody out of revenge? I'll show you. I'm going to have a successful marriage.
I want to know if they're happily married.
Can't be. He said it's a revenge. Like, he would have worded it differently. Like, I got married for revenge, but then I found out she was my soulmate. Something like that.
Oh, he would have added to the story?
Yeah.
Okay. Not big on kissing. Don't know what she did before she came
There
home.
we go.
There we go. Okay, bet. So, it wasn't Dwayne, it was Anthony. Sorry. Okay, bet. So this chick hit me with the "you're going to die alone" line after, I rejected her back in the day. Fast forward, I ran into her later in life, different stay, and I shot my shot at her. She didn't even remember me, allegedly. So we got married, right? And I started to catch the vibe until I asked her what's the more petty thing she did. And most petty thing she did. She said, when I was younger, I told a black guy he would die alone because he was a dick. So that week I filed annulment and didn't tell her. Wow. And I think he's still typing.
Oh my God. So what you're saying is you married the girl who told you would end up alone.
And she don't remember telling you that she said she would end up alone, but she remember telling somebody that they would end up alone.
And then you asked for an annulment.
That's wild.
Let me tell you something, sir.
Slow clap.
Now that I understand what you did.
That's wild.
Boy, you're good. You on your way.
And I read that slow because the font is small, not because I read like Tony Roberts. But that was wild.
That was hilarious. That's brilliant. She didn't remember you, so now that's a petty revenge. Now I get it. It was a petty revenge in marriage. That makes so much sense.
The revenge was against his wife. This man is ruthless. I know. I thought it was against his ex, but Petty Pete to the 100th power. Wild AF. That's crazy.
And who's to know if she was right or not until you die? But that's a good move for the moment. What did she say after you got the annulment?
Yeah, he typed ... I want the rest. What in the petty hell? Wait, he married the wife as revenge on her? God level petty.
That's God level.
Wait, what? Why did he marry this woman? That's hella wild.
And how does she not remember it was him?
So apparently she's Caucasian because she said, I remember telling this black guy he would die alone. So he went ahead and got into an interracial marriage just to prove that he did not die alone, but he's going to divorce her, which is also proving her point because he's not going to have anybody after they get the annulment.
He didn't die yet, though.
Exactly. So when he dies, if he doesn't find somebody else to marry, her proven point will be unproven.
Yeah, but he still got one up on her because he married her for petty.
Yeah, Billy D said, how did she forget?
All right, go back to Al. He just let us back.
Anthony, she asked me why after the divorce, and I told her, you laughed about breaking a young man who was me, and it showed me you were still a B. And I'm currently not alone.
Again.
But he's not dead yet. He's going back to being single. So she won. I'm clapping for her.
He wins.
She won.
You know why he wins? Because she said, why? Which meant he broke her. And it's not funny for somebody to be broken, but it's funny that he said, because you hurt me as a young man. And let me tell you something, man. Men are way more sensitive than women.
Yeah,
these are facts. Men, we are so much more sensitive than women because we can't handle 10% of what a woman gives us. So, what we give women. So for him to have done that, he's still hurt. But let me tell you something, King. You're living your life. You on your way. You on your way.
Kim says, "Oh dang,
you're the next Lenny Bruce."
He's so not Lenny Bruce. He's invested when it comes to revenge. I know he goes far. Anthony for president 2024 got my vote. Yup, he won in my opinion. It's funny for her to be hurt.
I bet somebody does something and he'll be like, give me a minute to think.
Sharif says, yes, she did win, Tanjareen. Exactly, because he's still single.
Y'all keep thinking that. He's not single. He said he's not alone. And beyond him not being alone is that's a level. I would never go that far to hurt somebody. But brother.
No, if he was the winner, he would have stayed married to her until he got some kind of deadly disease. And on his deathbed, he would have been like, remember what you said, bitch? I'm not dying alone. You're right here with me.
That would have been a Hallmark movie and everybody would have been like, oh.
Right, but now.
Because he wanted to marry her. No, he did exactly. Listen, misogyny will never win publicly, but privately, brother,
It's ridiculous.
You on your way.
Oh, he said he has a whole family now. The story has made my testosterone go down, Walter says. Oh, we got another question. Oh, let me get to Anthony, then I'll get to Reitman's question. I didn't lose. It was so empowering to my wholeness as a man to know that the stigma didn't really know or no and nah, guys. I filed in the state of Georgia and went on. Okay, well, as long as you don't die alone, because you still haven't proven her point, wrong or right. And Amani said, I want to know his name so I can keep my friends away from him. There's his name right there, Anthony Magical. Right, and it says, am I wrong if I cheat on her because I can't stay with a girl who tells me tomorrow, now it's late, I'm sleepy. Do you think
22:11? Actually, it's 10 o'clock. Do you think 10 o'clock is late?
Oh, do you think 10 o'clock is late? I'm sorry, I didn't realize he was.
Yeah, that's Army time. Yeah.
That's right, he's military. 11 o'clock is late is relative. 10 o'clock is late is relative depending on what time she has to get up.
True.
Because some people go to bed at 9 because they get up at 5 in the morning and they do a whole routine. So I don't know her schedule. All I know is there's 24 hours in a day. She probably only works for 8 of those, which gives her another, 16 to please you. If she doesn't have any off days and if she doesn't have any time, and if you can't seem to figure out a time earlier than 11 or 10 p.m., I don't want you to cheat on her. She's not your wife. She's just your girlfriend, right? You don't have to be with her. You don't have to stay with her.
Yeah, I think they're married. Are y'all married or are you just in a regular relationship right now?
Yeah, I don't remember him using the word wife. Hello, phenomenon. Light-skinned, broken, petty. Light-skinned brothers, petty, different.
He's not light-skinned. He's brown.
If you're using 2200, that might be the problem, Sergeant.
That's hilarious.
Is that how you talk to her in the bed? He never said she worked every day or not. Exactly. Lexi already asked him if the girl has off days. Is this lady a factory worker or something? Like, why is she so tired?
He says, in my defense, guys, I was single and just bay hopping when I saw my shot and took it. Respect.
Have you guys done an episode about an open marriage already? We've addressed the question 2 episodes ago. So if you want to know anything about our relationship, the end of episode 31, I believe, or end of 32, somebody asked us about that. I'm dark skinned and I can respect it, Billy D says. At this point, Reitman is asking for permission to cheat. He's not interested in the solution. He did just literally ask, is it okay to cheat?
Just staying together. Oh, if y'all ain't married, then break that off, bro.
Can you afford to live in your own place? And can she afford it? Well, you don't worry about it. Yeah, just break up.
Yeah.
After you have the conversation, my first advice was talk to her. Because it may be something going on. She might be stressed at this job of hers. She might have a work husband. She might have an infection. She might be going through something hormonal where she doesn't have the urge. But there are things you can take to get the urge. But if you don't do it for her anymore, you can break up. But if she has another reason that she doesn't want to do it, because being tired from work is not a good reason. If she has another reason, find out first. And if you don't like that answer, get out of there, Rocky, and keep us updated on what you decide to do. Anything else before we get out of here? It's only been 3 weeks. It sounds like he's just trying to justify his wanting to cheat. No, it's been 3 weeks since their last time, but he says every time he asks, she makes an excuse that she's too tired.
And I feel like that's way too soon if they're just boyfriend and girlfriend for her not to be trying to give him the box.
Yeah. Look, guys, my skin complexion didn't have anything to do with my pettiness. I'm a Libra, and that's my only excuse. Okay, Anthony, we get it.
I'm on your side.
She got a work husband. I agree, Charles. That's what I'm saying. Thank you for your information. You're welcome, Reitman. Where are we going to see you this week, sir? Exactly, Latasha.
Tonight, we're going to show some love to Naeem Lynn for his birthday. Tomorrow night is Thursday. We're going to a WWE 2K23 video game release event for 316 Day.
Yes, for Stone Cold Steve Austin 316. Don't just say it that casually. You're a huge wrestling fan. This is a big deal.
WWE fan.
Yes.
And I grew up watching Stone Cold, much like the rest of us. But Stone Cold hit differently for me because I would stay up and just watch this man change the game. And anyway, then Friday, I'm performing at a show called Don't Tell Comedy in Silver Lake. And then Saturday, I'll be at the Comedy Magic Club in Hermosa Beach.
Nice. This is a great schedule. Couples have to understand that we as people get comfortable and relaxed. I just believe that we assume that if she or he appears to be cool, then it's okay. You have to communicate. Yes, you have to communicate. Either she's cheating or she can have medical issues. I agree, Walter. Oh, you guys got to go. Love you guys. Your goals to aspire to. Be blessed. Thank you, Anthony, for giving us your questions and helping contribute to episode number 35 of the Marriage Go Round podcast. My next show is in the IE, the Inland Empire, on Thursday, the 23rd. And then, but anytime I have a show, I post it on tanjareen.com/comedy. So you can go there. My calendar is on my website. As soon as I get the flyers, I'll post them on Instagram and Facebook. I'll be with him at Naeem Lynn's party tonight. We also have a new project coming out with Naeem Lynn that we're going to see the screening of tonight before the birthday party. CT, don't forget movie night in the Discord.
We'll talk about that tomorrow.
All right. I guess you don't want them to know about it. And he also will be on Twitch on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You doing this Thursday?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, on caffeine.
Caffeine tomorrow, 3 p.m. Caffeine.tv/CT is dope. Come in there. We're going to decide which movie we're watching Saturday. In my Discord. It's free. Join the Patreon, everybody, if you have not already. It would be helping me out tremendously.
Yes. Patreon is patreon.com/CT is dope. CT is dope. And mine is just Tanjareen, the first name. Join our Patreons. We give you exclusive content on there separately. And thanks for watching our podcast. Have a great day. You too. I appreciate it. Please don't stop. Okay, guy, we will not. Bye. It was fun.